What up, rough leaders? Welcome back to my channel. That's the World Trade Center being built by DDL Group. Demerara Distillers Limited. They own the rights to the World Trade Center franchise here in Guyana. And they've been constructing this building to represent World Trade Center in this neck of the woods. It's not a skyscraper by any means, but I guess it's their modest representation of the World Trade Center in Guyana. Now we're approaching Cowan Street. Somebody asked me for a review of Cowan Street. From time to time I get requests to review some specific street or neighborhood, and so today I'm going to give you a straight review of Cowan Street here in Georgetown, Guyana, starting at the Demerara River. So we're pretty close to the Demerara River at this point, so I'm just going to walk down Cowan Street, capture the Demerara River if I can for a sec, and then come back up. So this is Cowan Street at the intersection with High Street, and we're going to head in that direction in a minute. Let me just capture for you where is Cowan Street and High Street. And this is the context. Across that canal, that's the parking lot for the Ministry of Finance. The green building in the background is the Ministry of Finance. And on this side, this parking lot and this low set of low buildings, that's the Guyana Elections Commission with all of these shipping containers in their compound. And on the other side, it's the top end of Urquhart Street. So behind these trees in these old buildings is the top end of Urquhart Street. Right, that's the Guyana Elections Commission, surrounded by these shipping containers. Baihu Trading, this is new. It's a Chinese company that owns this building now in 4th Street and Cowan Street in Kingston. So this is the Kingston district. Right, that's 4th Street. Goes all the way to Battery Road. Cowan Street. This old building is now owned by Baihu Trading, which is the Chinese company. And over this side, that's an old rundown factory. So this actually was a factory zone and an industrial zone of the city. Cowan Street being the southern boundary of Kingston. It's a Kingston Practical Instruction Center. It's a government training institute here at Cowan Street and Water Street. Right, a corner of Cowan Street and Water Street is a Kingston Practical Instruction Center. There's a molasses terminal. Not a molasses terminal and wharf from a time when rum production and sugarcane production was the major export commodity in Guyana. That's the Guyana Electricity Corporation generating plant. Their factory generating electricity is located in that compound. You can actually hear the generators. And this is Water Street. And this little sluice box and the coker at the top of Cowan Street. Right, that's the coker at the top of Cowan Street. Regulates the movement of water into and out of the city. So that's the Demerara River. Just thought I'd get here to show you the Demerara River at the head of Cowan Street, the western end of Cowan Street. So let's see what... Oh, that's Water Street. That's looking south. And all these old buildings, the remnants of manufacturing plants in Guyana. Right, Water Street and Cowan Street. It's about 7 in the morning. I don't like walking into the sun. That's towards the east, but we'll do it today while I show you Cowan Street as it is in 2024, Wednesday the 29th of August 2024. So there's this canal that runs all the way to Camp Street. It's an important canal because in the days of the sugar industry, they used to put punts onto these canals and they would have oxen, huge cows, pulling the punts along these canals. So while they are drainage canals, they are also major transportation networks. These canals were for sugar plantations in Guyana. And some of these old buildings were once part of sugar industry. That's Kingston, 4th Street into Kingston, which we've seen before. Now, what have they done? Cowan Street also ran beside the train line, the old train line, and since recently they have started refurbishing the remnants of the train. Okay. Somebody's complaining about littering some vehicles. It's a habit in Guyana, of course, that has to be changed and broken. Throwing trash out the window of your car. Anyway, so what we're talking about here is how the government has taken the direction of refurbishing the old train station into a park, and that's what happened here on Cowan Street. So this part of what we're looking at is a parking lot, but this used to be is a reserve area, land that was part of the train system. The train line ran on this reserve, this piece of land that's between Lamaha Street and Cowan Street, and at this end it's been turned into a parking lot, and at various points along this reserve embankment it has become a parking lot, but it used to be a train line. And so what I want to show you is the remnants of the train system along Cowan Street. This is High Street heading into Kingston. Alright, High Street heading into Kingston on a Wednesday morning. But this bit of land, that is the embankment. This used to be a train station. At this end, it used to be a train station. I think I showed you this in a previous video. Just let me show you it again in a minute before I leave this section. So what I'm showing you here is that this used to be the train station. This is where the terminal was located. Right, so this is the terminal end of the train station. Let's see if you can look over it. And the government has turned it into a park. So the buildings have mostly been torn down, and what is left has been turned into a park. And that is what you can see from Cowan Street. Now this is Cowan Street, like you said, we're going along Cowan Street to show you, because I haven't done this before. I haven't covered Cowan Street in a previous video because morning, although I've passed it at various times. For example, when I was doing Parade Street in Kingston, I passed Cowan Street and mentioned it in passing. I've never really walked along Cowan Street. These are an old colonial building, colonial style house, but a lot of these buildings are being converted into modern houses. This is Caribbean Smile Maker. I think this is a printing firm. This is an old residential house that's been refurbished, remodeled. But like I was saying, on this side, the government has chosen to convert the old Kingston, this train station on the embankment, the terminal building. This has been converted into a park, which you can see from Cowan Street. Since they've put the fence up on it and closed the gate, I don't think that park has actually been used. That tall building in the background, you can see that building is actually located in Kingston. It's a privately owned building, but it's being used as the headquarters for the oil and gas industry. I think a lot of the offices of ExxonMobil are located in that building.